Hi, I'm Bill Ritchie, and I'm going to test press number 43. Every time I make a halfwood press, I test it before I send it out. This press goes to an artist in Georgia, and he sent me a sample of his drawing, which I transferred to this copper plate to make his test plate. I'm going to put a few finishing touches on it with drypoint and a few little additions, and then I'm going to print it. I start my drypoint by making some little scratches. Now, I've seen what it looks like from a proof that I made earlier. This is the first trial proof. And I can see that it's the same. There's too much monotone here, so I want to go back and darken some areas, and then I'll print it as a test proof. While I work, I'll rub a little black ink into it to see how my progress is going. Just take a little bit of this black etching ink out and just rub it in with my finger. And then I'll wipe it off with some tarlatan, just as if I were going to print it. If I want to darken the area here where the hairlines are, I just scratch it with drypoint. Now I began by transferring a laser print from the artist's original onto the copper, and then I etched it with ferric chloride just to get it started so I could see the image. And then I put a hard ground over that and went in and etched some more lines in. So it's a constant process of adding and changing as I go. So perhaps you can see already that that area is darker. This is a printing demonstration, not a plate making demonstration, but I wanted to give you an idea as to how I got started. Okay, I've been working on it for quite a while now, with scrapers and burnishers and little roulette work, and I think it's ready to prove. And spread the ink on with a little cardboard, little matboard chip. And I have this little sticky pad, which is that non-skid kind of plastic you buy in hard or kitchen supply stores to keep it from sliding around, while I go at it with the tarlatan again. Follow the tarlatan wipe with the hand wipe. This is the part of your hand that you use when you're wiping a plate. Makes a good wiping surface. And then finally, a little talcum powder. In a pinch you can use baby powder for your talcum. That dries off the part of your hand you're using and helps it clean up the last of the tone on the plate. Gives you a better contrast. And it's ready to print. Now I have to get the press ready, and I'm also going to use a little hot plate here. Plug it in and let it warm up while I'm getting my press ready. This is the new number 43 I'm testing before sending it off to its owner in Georgia. What I do first is lower the top roller down all the way, and then back the roller off again, counting backwards and keeping the roller even. These are 8-10 half turns. It's an estimate. This is not, it doesn't have to be terribly precise. The point is you need to raise the rollers high enough to start the press rollers over the blankets, like that. Then tighten it back down. It's always debatable how tight should you make it. I just like to make it as tight as it feels right. This comes with experience. Next I'll get my paper out. This is Arch paper. Soaked it in water for 5 minutes, took it out, blotted it with newsprint, and then put it in a plastic bag that's been sitting in there for probably about a day. An hour is sufficient, but it has to be soft. The whole point is it has to be soft. Paper always has two sides. I like to print on the side that's a little rough looking. Looks a little more natural. It'll fit in there just like that. Warm the plate. Oil-based ink works better if the plate is warmed slightly. Not so hot that it bakes the ink into the plate. You wouldn't want that. Hot enough that the ink is warm and soft. You can feel the resistance when you first start, and then when it comes to the plate you can really feel it. It feels a little soft to me, so I'm going to tighten it up another quarter of a turn. That feels a little bit better. I like to print slowly. It seems to me that the longer you exert the pressure, then the better the transfer is going to be. Now, because the video is from that side and it's kind of dramatic to pull the proof, I'm going to run it back through. You'll also get a better impression. The only drawback is that the plate, being partly a dry point, will wear out the more times you run it through the press. But for this test, for this video, I'll bring it back out so that you as a viewer can see how it looks. One more thing I do before I pull the proof is I put what I call a moment number. It's a little kind of secret code of mine giving the date, 2009, month of February, the 23rd day, and it is right now about 7:30, that being 1930. So that concludes the test for number 43. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. I'm Bill Ritchie. Goodbye.
Professor Ritchie, for 2 weeks you've remade 4 YouTube videos from your video archive of DVDs. You say it's because they're 17 years old and deteriorated. But aren't they outdated too? That Halfwood Press is no longer made. The materials and supplies are scarce, too expensive, or unhealthy and icky. Why do you do it?
2 reasons, really. I'm a teaching artist, and I teach how things used to be done, and I teach where we're coming from, and I'm teaching by using this technology. And I'm an artist, and as an artist, it takes practice virtually every day, and it keeps my skills for using these technologies for the future. And so I will be useful in the future.
Okay, I get it. And what about the future? What do you do today besides upgrade old DVDs?
I'm glad you asked. Over here, I'm getting ready to teach kids and families 3D printing. I have this kind of kids' toy 3D printer, and I'm learning how to use it. I'm printing black on black right now, so it's pretty hard to tell.
Sounds to me like you're multitasking then, practicing curating videos and printing in the background. So what are you printing there? Can you show it in color?
Printing these little printing presses. They're just toys, really, but they're a pretty good exercise for me and for a group of you know, some families working together at a distance and sometimes face to face.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Professor Ritchie. I wish you luck. It's probably obvious to viewers the professor is trying out a voice synthesizer. My given name is Michael, a product of 11 Labs.